Right, good morning folks. Welcome to the sunniest country in the world, the Netherlands. You're watching Amos Live, my name is Boy. I hope the connection is okay and is going to stay okay. You never know for sure. SAS flight 2551 arriving from Copenhagen is touching down on Polderbaan, the first arrival of the day. Is CRJ9. Crooked horizon just a little bit. Let's see. Thought I had it level. Alright, let's see. We've got a great show today. If the weather will allow us to continue streaming until the arrival of the A380. Several special liveries are coming this way. We've got the Orange Pride, we've got the KLM 100 years, we have Adler, Choc-y, 100 years Independence 757 from Iceland Air. Still not too happy with the spirit level, which is odd because normally it is right on the money. The number 2 is a 747 arriving from Chengdu in China, which I am not yet seeing. I'm pretty sure we will soon enough. Now, little appetizer in between is this Qatar cargo 777 freighter arriving from Panama City, flight 8158. 9 hours 27 minutes on their way to get from Panama to the Netherlands. The airplane is 4 years old, first flight November 2019. A very good morning to everybody who has joined already. Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. Well, we've had an area of rain pass over from east to west. It was arriving yesterday, not long after I wrapped it up. It started drizzling ever so slightly, but real rain started falling later in the afternoon and overnight. It passed by and is now west of us, over the North Sea, north of us. Now, whether or not new showers are going to form remains to be seen. For now, all the weather predictions seem to indicate it's going to stay dry until 1-2 o'clock or so. So, time will tell, we'll see. In the meantime, we have a Queen inbound. Air China cargo arriving from Chengdu, China. Flight 1023. 747-400 freighter, 10 hours and 7 minutes on the way to get here. Relatively young, 18 years. First flight was in April 2006. And after that, Delta Airlines arriving from Salt Lake City. A330neo. Now sadly, Finnair already landed their A350 as I was walking up here. Standard livery though. Still not happy with the level. This should be better. Yeah, that looks more like it. Flaps are retracting. We have to hurry up, otherwise we'll miss the touchdown of Delta Airlines Flight 56, the next airplane. Arriving from Salt Lake City, A330neo, 9 hours and 22 minutes underway. Brand new airplane, began flying in November last year, less than a year old. Right, good morning to everybody who has joined in the meantime. See that my favorite dickhead is also back. Good morning, Alvin. Still got eardrums left. Well, they're in their position still. let's rephrase it. Whether or not they're still functioning remains to be seen. Good morning, Urs, Verna, Evelyn, Tiger, Jane, Adri, Marion, thank you so much for your super chat. I missed it in the stream, not yesterday, but the one before it. I think that was Monday. Big thank you for that. Saw it when I read back the chat afterward. Made a note, next time Marion is in the chat, thank her for the super chat. Thank you so much, Marion. Evelyn says the spray is good today because of yesterday's rain. Well, not just yesterday. Woke up and it was still drizzly. In fact, hope you can see it. The fields already getting puddles again. So a lot of ground here, fully saturated with water already. Never did get a proper chance to dry out. I think it's also affecting my patch of lawn right in the corner near the shed, which is the lowest point, and also next to the fence, which has the most shade. I think the combination of a lot of water and not a lot of sunshine is affecting the health right in the corner. hopefully in less than a month we'll have the longest day already, and then it's back to winter again, so that should improve things. Hadi Erwin, goedemorgen. Floris, goedemorgen. Jimmy Pirate, goedemorgen. We've got another airplane coming in. It's TUI Flight 395 arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao. And also a big thank you to Marianne for your continued support as a member. 5 months already, and Marianne writes, time flies, still enjoying your show. Well, thank you so much for your kind words, Marianne. I'm happy that you do. Hope everybody is. Spread the word. Don't know what's going on. YouTube seems to not recommend the stream so much anymore to new viewers as a couple of months ago. Don't know why that is. If you guys know anything that might help, let me know. I'm all ears. This is TUI Flight 395, a 7878 Dreamliner on its way from the Caribbean. 8 hours and 33 minutes on the way to PH-TFM, 9 years old, first flight March 2015. Flexity flex. Dropperty drop. Straight. Oh man. Waste of opportunity. There's good spray lying around and they're not using it. Hadi Rolf, goedemorgen. JD, good morning, good to see you again. Hey there, Ed. Ed asks, what happened to Granddad's car in the canal? Well, I think Evelyn is the one who should be able to answer that. I think probably total loss. Yeah, that's probably what happens when you get a lot of moisture in the engine bay. You're basically left with a car that's total loss. Ross says, coming through loud and clear in Sussex by the sea. Well, happy to hear that. Greetings from Schiphol by the sea. The same sea. Where is it? Sussex is on the east coast, right? Huh. Still early. Hadi Liewe, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Seppi, hallo. Leo, goedemorgen. Morgen Frits. Welcome. We've got an Embraer 175 up next, arriving from Southampton. And further up ahead, although I think out of our view, due to the clouds, is Delta Airlines Flight 48, an A330 turning in. Hopefully it's going to make use of the spray that's to be generated, still lying on the tarmac. Lord knows that this Embraer 175 isn't going to produce a lot of spray. Hadi Mat, goedemorgen. Patrick, goedemorgen. Ivan, goedemorgen. Hey, did not see Harry over there. Harry the Heron. Harry the hypnotizing Heron. That's what he does best. Hypnotizes the shit out of you. Wow. Not exactly Captain Wheelie length, It usually passes by the fire station and the control tower before the nose wheel touches down. It was a bit more low-key, but it was definitely a good practice run. And the bar has been set, the standard has been set. Question is, who's going to raise the bar? Meanwhile, Daisy and her girlfriend are also over here in the water. Wah, wah. Harry heard I was talking about him, and Harry, the hypnotizing Heron, has come a little closer. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I am, mate. I am. Absolutely. What are you seeing, mate? Think there's some breakfast to be had here? Also seeing that Jinshin is back. Alrighty, well, let's look and listen. Delta A330 time, it's flight 48, arriving from New York, JFK, 6 hours, 38 minutes on the way. 17 years old, first flight November 2006. Hey, Peter PDK. Goedemorgen, good morning. En Andre Peter, goedemorgen. En nothing, no wheelie, no reverser, no nothing. Captain let down. All right. Has he climbed onto the net pole? No, he's still standing behind it. Where is he? No, he's standing on the contraption. Using it to look out, see if he might be able to catch breakfast. What, are you going to walk? My God, it is like Jesus walking over the water. Yeah, we're impressed by that. So now what's the plan? What? Indeed, Evelyn, probably a rookie pilot who doesn't know what is expected of him over here at Schiphol Airport, or her. Right, Harry on the move to a new location. He does seem to fancy those fishing net locations. Right, time for another possible loud landing with hopefully some spray still left on the tarmac. Delta Airlines Flight 74, no A350 today, but the A330 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. About to touch down, nearly 8 hours underway. Let's look and listen. Clucking hell indeed. Now mate, thank you so much for your super chat. 1,000 likes and here will do a backflip. That is true. He did say he was going to do that. I think it's a long journey to get to that point. But we'll see. In the meantime, see that Mark also has entered in the chat. Welcome. Cloudy Schiphol indeed. Nice and sunny in Cambridge. Well, savor the moment. Who knows, the rain that we've had overnight is drifting towards you guys. Hope not, but you never know. Now over here, we have a flying AMS Live logo. KLM Flight 644, arriving from New York JFK. 78710, 6 hours and 23 minutes on the way. The PH-BKC, 4 years old, first flight October 2019. Hadi Anja, goedemorgen, good to see you again. Hope all is well. And all others who have joined in the meantime, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live, my name is Boy. We're standing along runway 1 at right, the Polderbaan. At the moment the only runway being used for arrivals. Wind is from the southeast-ish, I'd say. Not very substantial. Wind on the scale of chimney smoke. Still a lot of verticality in the smoke, handful of knots. The wind is opening up, so to speak. So from east becoming more southerly. Which means this runway is probably going to be used for arrivals throughout the show. Not expecting any changes in that anytime soon. Alright, 737-700 passing by overhead to Copenhagen. I'm hearing it, I'm not seeing it. Should be behind the clouds over there somewhere. So it's not the best weather to do any contrail spotting, but I'm just happy that it is dry. If you look on the weather radar, see what passed overnight. This is the area we need to look to see what weather is coming our way. For now it looks like it's going to be okay. Beautiful cloudy skies. Lovely details and lovely lighting. The next airplane to arrive about to touch down is an EasyJet A320neo that is arriving from Birmingham. 48 minutes on the way. Brand new OELSU. We got it flying in March this year. Hey, a triple truck in the background. That's something you don't see every day over here in the Netherlands. The airplane a dime and a dozen. The truck in the background, a bit more of an eye catcher. There's your outbound airplane, beautifully illuminated. Right. More airplanes coming this way. Well, a lot of celebrations today. Caroline is celebrating 2 months of membership. She writes, loving the aircraft and the wildlife. Thank you so much for your continued support, Caroline. Hope you still like it in the lounge, and do let me know if something isn't to your liking. And also a big thank you to John for your continued support. 5 months of membership. Love your work, boy. You always make me smile. Thank you so much for your kind words there, mate. Do let me know if something isn't to your liking. Tarom, arriving from Bucharest. 737-700. Flight 361. Also a big thank you to Marco for your continued support. Also 5 months of membership. And Marco writes, goedemorgen boy, good morning boy, moderators and viewers. Thank you all so much for your support, guys. Hope you guys still like it in the lounge, and do let me know if something isn't to your liking. Is that... No, that's a dog. I thought, is that a cat? But it is a little doggo. Yum 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 yum. Little puppy. Where is it? No, it's just one of those species that, even when they're an adult, remains small. Not a dog expert by any means. Oh, there's two. Yeah. Always nice. Let's not forget about the airplanes though. Was KLM flight 592 returning from Johannesburg. Check the 7300. November 175 outbound will be passing overhead any moment now. Harry has found higher ground to be looking for food from. Daisy and I'm assuming her friend are swimming on this side of the water. Coming my way again. Keeping me company. Oh, no, wrong focus. Use the infinity preset. There we go. Right, back to the narrow bodies. This is Ryanair flight 420, arriving from Dublin, Ireland. While it is a mere 737-800 on paper, often the pilots do use their reversers, and when a 737 uses full reverse, it gets loud. So let's look and listen, fingers crossed. That's what I'm talking about. Hey Wolfgang, good to see you again, mate. Doing well, thanks for asking. Hope that also goes for you, my friend. So yeah. Let's see. Got an Embraer 190 up next, A320 behind it, A319. Right, all sorts of narrow bodies are coming in. Plenty of special liveries. I was hoping I would be able to show you just what is in the pipeline. Right, we've ruled out that this is a Captain Wheelie landing. So the next airplane, an A320 arriving from London Gatwick, is approaching. Let's also have a look. First of all, the weather. Let's do a refresh of the weather, and you can see that the wind's blowing from the southeast, more or less. Still not substantial, 5 knots, 204. We still have a ceiling at 3,700 feet, a few clouds below it. 17 degrees C, aka 64-ish Fahrenheit. Runway usage, we're standing over here, the only runway being used for arrivals. I'm expecting this one later to open up in favor of this one. So parallel arrivals later expected. This is the list of arrivals. Let's see. It is around here that we need to be. DHL A300 delivered with pride is coming. We have Smart Wings, Prague loves you coming in. We have the Peter Pan Vacation Club coming in. We have Choc-y coming in. The Orange Pride coming in. KLM 100 years coming in. German Airways Adler coming in. Iceland Air 757 100 years independence expected shortly before 1 o'clock. Transavia in the Sunweb livery. And yeah, that's all before the A380 of Emirates, which is expected. Let's have a look. Jesus is flying back to Manchester. The Orange Pride is flying between Iceland and the UK. And Emirates probably going to land on the center runway, expected around 1:15, so probably not going to be as lucky as yesterday. But quite a few special liveries expected, as you guys can see. Special livery Saturday. Did not choose that name in vain. Next up, Croatia Airlines, flight 450 arriving from Zagreb, an A319. 1 hour and 30 minutes underway. 12 years old. First flight March 2012. So yeah, folks, if you don't have to be anywhere, stick around. Not sure how many of the special liveries we are going to see. If center opens up a secondary runway, the question is, will we be able to see them up close or not? So yeah. As long as it stays dry, that's the most important consideration right now. Looking in this direction, keeping my fingers crossed, saying a little prayer, even though Jesus is not in the Netherlands right now. KLM flight 1402 up next, 737-800 arriving from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. 43 minutes underway thus far. 11 years old, first flight May 2013. Now Oh yeah, there is a 2-airplane glide slope shot possible. Nice. Adi Roadhog, goedemorgen. Elton, good morning. Shalurk, goedemorgen, good morning. All others who have joined in the meantime, good morning. David says, good morning boy, tried to buy that Goldschläger with gold flakes here in Switzerland yesterday, couldn't find it, so got schnapps and added cornflakes instead. That's perfect, mate. So not Goldschläger, but Kornschläger. The only difference is you're not going to get shit rich by your excrements. Casey is tuning in from Melbourne, checking the weather in the Netherlands. Going to ring my family in Brabant in a minute. Yeah, that's also something you can do. Check the weather over here. Not sure if in Brabant they are having exactly the same weather as we do right now. Even though the country is very tiny, the differences can be significant. And we're looking nice and clean. Time for another CRJ. Lufthansa coming in from Munich. Where is it? Where are you hiding? It's still in the clouds. Oh no, wait, there it is. They are so tiny. You really need to look. Hey there, Norwood. Goedemorgen, good morning. Marcel, goedemorgen. Is my chat window updating? I think it is. Hey, Donald making a flyby. Probably off to get some groceries. See that Daisy is still in the water. Lufthansa flight 2302 is coming in, arriving from Munich. CRJ900 long range, 59 minutes on the wait, so that is par for the course. Munich, south of Germany, Bavaria. Roughly an hour of flying away. The airplane is 13 years old. First flight was in March 2011. And I think we're going to see an A320neo from Air Malta up next. Although it is still flying base right now. Good morning, gents. Goedemorgen, David. Peter K. Reporting storms in Slovakia for 8 days. Wow. Seems like Europe has become the continent with the shittiest weather period. Starting this year. Weather has been so much worse than it was last year. Hopefully things will get better soon. Sander, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Now, somewhere in the distance, approaching the glide slope is Air Malta A320neo. Let's see that the KLM 747 has taken off to Miami. My, am I able to see it? Nothing. I'm thinking somewhere over here we should start seeing that A320neo from Air Malta. KM Malta, whatever. Hey, more ducky flybys. Nice bit of formation flying and splashdown. Third one incoming. Those dark ducks with bright yellow eyes. And then we have Daisy over here, taking a little nap, just chilling, and rightly so. Right, our Maltese A320 has arrived, has become visible. KM Malta, previously known as Air Malta, arriving from, you guessed it, Malta. Flight 394, 2 hours 47 minutes underway. This A320neo is 4 years old, first flight July 2019. The airplane that you are hearing pass overhead is a 737 to Helsinki, KLM. I'm looking up just to see if I can see it. The clouds are in the way, sadly. Now there's also a 777-200 arriving from Cartagena that is now flying almost overland in the vicinity of IJmuiden. Under unrestricted visibility, we should be able to see it from over here. However, I am not sure that we can today. I am going to try though after this landing. Also a massive big thank you to Arjan, who just now gifted 5 memberships. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you or dankjewel to Arjan. Welcome to the Aurora Skyline's new members. And Arjan, dankjewel, super aardig, very generous and kind of you. 5 new members courtesy of Arjan. Thanks, man. Yeah. Maltese butt shot. See through those see-through engines if we can. Right, somewhere out there is a 777-200 arriving from Cartagena. I'm really struggling to see it, even though it is relatively close by. Should almost have turned onto the glide slope. Oh right, I do see some lights now, albeit vaguely. Right, there it is. KLM flight 741 arriving from Cartagena. 777-200 the PH-BQF, 20 years old, first flight March 2004, 9 hours and 15 minutes underway. Let's see what else is coming this way. Ooh, ITA Airways arriving from Rome. Flying over Markermeer from the east. A321neo. The beautiful Azzurro. Also got United Flight 968 arriving from San Francisco coming in. Hey, helicopter Castro is also back. The hovering helicopter Castro hunting for mice. Howdy Jendrosek, goedemorgen. Calm and quiet over here. Got somebody sitting on the bench. We've got some people sitting on the tarmac and on a concrete bench. And there are some folks now at the parking lot of the Spottersplatz itself. Meantime, we have to wait a little bit for the next traffic. Where's Harry? Has he gone? He's no longer sitting over there. Also not seeing him behind me. Firefighters already did their round well before I was set up. So I was walking up here. Is when they did their round. They have returned to the station already. Haven't reversed back into the station for some reason. Don't know why. Also see that Sarah is back in the chat. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. And thank you so much for your continued support. 6 months of membership. Sarah writes, good morning boy, hi mods, great watching you. The pleasure is all ours. And also a big thank you to Peter K, who just now gifted 5 memberships, 5 new members courtesy of Peter. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you to Peter. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, new members. Peter, thank you so much for your generosity. 5 new members courtesy of you. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, folks. Now, this is where the wind is blowing from. Let's have a look. So, in terms of inbound traffic, well, Jesus we can disregard. Jesus is flying to Manchester and is not visiting the Netherlands, so we'll have to be very careful with what we do because nobody's watching over us. The Orange Pride is expected shortly before noon. The Emirates A380 is expected around 1:15. Let's indulge and have a look at the weather. Well, rain is drifting into the UK, it seems like. And we're right in the core of a low pressure area. Unless here something new forms, which might happen later in the day, but is not foreseen for the next hours. We should be dry over here, right in the heart of an area of low pressure. In the meantime, our next airplane has turned in, according to flight radar that is. If we're able to see it already, remains to be seen because it is cloudy. They are obscuring visibility quite severely. I'm thinking if we are able to see it, it should become visible over there. Robin is saying it is raining in Zeeland. That's the southwest of the Netherlands. ITA Airways, flight 108 arriving from Rome, the next airplane to arrive once it becomes visible, which won't be long. Yeah, got it. First light. It just emerged out of the clouds over there. Beautiful A321neo. Even in weather like today, the Azzurro really stands out. Beautiful color. Now, even though it's staying dry over here, it is raining memberships. Yet 5 more, courtesy of JD just now. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say Dankeschön, Herr JD, for your gifted membership. Or just say thank you. JD, thank you so much. You really shouldn't have, but thank you nonetheless. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. Very generous and kind of you, JD. Harry is returning. Harry here on flyby, left of me. One of the doggos has seen something and is now also getting loud. What's going on over there? There are several. Right, well, the doggos are also playing around. Daisy has awoken from her little sleep. And in the meantime, ITA Airways A321neo arriving from Rome in full glory. Little bit of sunshine. This livery just pops whatever, regardless of the weather. And it's slowing down to wave. Ragazzi, why not? Will you then at least treat us to a butt shot? I think they are going to allow us that pleasure. See through those see-through engines. Bam, butt shot. Let's see. Just playing with my tripod. Yeah, no, this is not good. More counterbalance. I think I might have accidentally switched a setting in the counterbalance, or maybe misaligned things a little. Huh. Strange. Anyway. Back to more blue, but not as impressive as the previous airplane. KLM Flight 980, arriving from London City. Hey, I'm feeling a droplet. What is going on? Incidental droplets. Time to go back to the north. Air France A321 arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle up next, flight 1444. Flight 1444, flying for 44 minutes, I kid you not. It's the FGTAS. Fajitas. Fajitas is 16 years old. First flight was in February 2008. There it is, the Fajitas. Fajitas forgoing the butt shot from the first exit. Well, Peter K asks an interesting question. Which did you like more, ITA or Alitalia? Judging by just based on the aesthetics of the livery, that's an easy peasy walk in the park question. ITA has the prettiest airplanes, I think, right now, period. That blue, definitely one of the best looking airplanes out there. Hey Jinshin, did not know you were also in the chat. We already saw you in the water. Where have you gone? Can you wave? Can you give us a wave, Jin? Yes. Chatting and washing at the same time, personal hygiene. That man can multitask. E2 Embraer up next. Arriving from Geneva, KLM flight 1930. 1 hour 17 minutes on the way, the PH-YHW, 2 years old, first flight October 2021. Wolfgang says they should have done the engines blue to then it would be perfect. Yeah, well, can't have a perfect plane now, can we? Gotta have something to be bitching about. At least it is not as distracting as the green engines on the special livery Airbotics. Right, from an E2 Embraer back to a normal Embraer 190. This is KLM flight 1918 arriving from Zurich. We can already see a bigger bird behind it, and that bigger bird is United Airlines flight 968 arriving from San Francisco, and that is a 777-200. Joop is asking, which runway is this? This is Polderbaan, 18 right. Indeed, Han, good to see you again. That awful yellow dot on the tail, yeah. Near perfect livery, except for the one dot. They make airplane liveries imperfect on purpose so that us Dutchies have something to complain about, which is our national pastime. Thank you, Pete, for the update. The first banana is on its way and now above Outdorp. One of the bananas today, at least on paper, should be a special livery. This is United Airlines flight 968 arriving from San Francisco. 10 hours and 1 minute on the way. Nice symmetrical flight time. 10:01. The airplane is 25 years old, it's a millennial, began flying in January 1999. January 1999. My second to last year in middle school / high school before going to university. Despite its age, it is seemingly in good shape, at least aesthetically. If you look at the flaps, it's been through the plane car wash recently. Now, I'm also seeing the first airplane to center in the distance. So we have transitioned to parallel arrivals for the time being. Where was it? There it is. Now we're not missing out on much. This is KLM flight 1268, arriving from Copenhagen, a 737-800. We're going to forgo this landing because coming to the Polderbaan is another 777. Over there, KLM flight 598, arriving from Cape Town, South Africa. 11 hours and 15 minutes on the way. This 777-300 is the PH-BVI, which is 11 years old and began flying in June 2012. Let's see, EasyJet to Copenhagen. From Copenhagen, following the KLM from Copenhagen on center. And following this triple will be KLM flight 1002 arriving from London Heathrow. Finnair A350 fan Dallas, Australia asks, any more 747? Not within this stream, probably. unless we have a surprise visit by one that takes off, for instance, from Paris Charles de Gaulle, but I don't think there was another one scheduled for before the A380. Difficult question, QJ. ITA Airways or Quetzalcoatl? Both liveries are pretty in their own way. Also pretty in a different way, so hard to say if one is nicer than the other. Right, little narrow body appetizer snack. And after that, back to another heavy. Meanwhile, this is where the wind is coming from. Whether or not it's going to stay dry remains to be seen. Luckily, got several weather apps on my phone that will give me an alarm whenever precipitation is expected within half an hour where I'm standing. So hopefully they won't fail me, but I think we should be good. The clouds look more impressive than they actually are. Until now. Right. I'm zooming out, I'm waiting to see if we can spot the 777-200 long range that is supposedly flying behind this airplane, but flight slope visibility not the best, sadly. Air Canada Flight 808, the next airplane after this one. Arriving from Toronto. This is KLM Flight 1002 with a little wheelie, arriving from London. Heathrow. Now, in the meantime, the 777 has become visible, luckily. Air Canada Flight 808, arrival from Toronto, 6 hours and 41 minutes on the way. It's a 777-200 long range. 16 years old, first flight January 2008. Alvin is going to have dinner. Enjoy your dinner, mate. What's on the menu? Goedemorgen, Cor. Good morning, Lee. Allison. Bom dia. about to play the sad music, but we are at least getting compensated for this quiet and disappointing landing with a 777 butt shot. Here we go. Little bit of redemption. For an otherwise uneventful, quiet landing. Our next airplane to arrive is also from Air Canada, arriving from Montreal, a Dreamliner 7878, flight 900. People are asking about the weather. Let's give you guys a quick rundown then of the current status quo. We have an area of rain that passed overnight and is now moving towards England. Good luck with that, Brits. Yeah, no, it's shit. This is the weather. Let's update. Well, I just refreshed the meter. We have wind blowing from the east-southeast-ish. Handful of knots, 5 knots, 204, a couple of layers of clouds with a ceiling now at 2,600 feet. The air temperature is nice 17 degrees C, so that is around 64 degrees F. Parallel arrivals in progress, but also this runway is still open. I did not expect that. Maybe it will close down in favor of just this one in a moment. Jesus, we can disregard, is flying to Manchester, is not visiting the Netherlands today. Orange Pride expected shortly before 12 in about an hour or so from now. Emirates A380 expected around 1:15. Special liveries, let's see, where were we? We have the A300 delivered with Pride. We have Smartwings Prague Loves You. We have Transavia Peter Pan, we have German Airways Chocolate Lycifer, and Orange Pride, of course, KLM 100 years. I'm going to turn around the Adler special livery from German Airways as well. Quite a few special liveries are coming in, but first let's have a look at Air Canada flight 900 arriving from Montreal. Also still need to paste that new weather report into the ticker, which I'm going to do right after this landing. Having arrived from Montreal. Right, let's do a little refresh of the weather. And for those of you who don't know what it all means, the meter, let me take you through it. I've just updated it. So the meter is from EHAM, that is Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, one of the 2 international airport codes for Schiphol Airport. The date 25th and the time 8:25 Zulu time, that is 10:25 Central European time. So latest report, new one is expected in a few minutes. Starting off with the wind. Wind is 5 knots from 120 degrees and the wind direction is variable between 080 degrees and 170 degrees. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 900 feet, scattered clouds at 1700 feet, broken clouds at 2600 feet. The air temperature 17 degrees C, the dew point 15 degrees C. The pressure is 1015 hectopascals, and we have temporary periods of broken clouds at 1800 feet. Right, let's see. Parallel arrivals in progress. The next airplane to the center runway is a Aegean House, which is flying right there. So pretty soon Aegean House. A321neo arriving from Athens. Looking quite pixelated because of the distance. This is back to the top end of optical zoom. Aegean flight 3624. Hey Frits, goedemorgen. Let's give it a little bit of additional digital zoom. You can see a vortex emanating from the tip of the flap if you look closely. So A321neos are good cable builders. Right, so we have a Aegean House. Better watch your belongings. Next up, JetBlue flight 631 arriving from Boston, Massachusetts. Boston in the house, Sarah. Another A321neo, this one a year old, had its first flight in May last year, so it just turned 1 this month. No butt shots for this airplane, sadly. Lufty, lufty. Lufty, lufty arriving from Frankfurt. Lufthansa flight 988. A319. What is up, Alan? Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Definitely a frog over there. Question is, where is it? There are more here, but never managed to spot one over here in real life. Time to get in your potassium. Our next airplane arriving from Madrid is in the special delivered with Pride livery, at least according to Flight Radar, so pay attention to the tail of this airplane particularly. DHL A300 600, 2 hours and 5 minutes on the way. It's the Deer. Well, Dair? Right, D-A-E-A-R-R. The deer. Forget that first A, it's the deer. And the deer is already 30 years old. First flight was in February 1994. February 1994, but a lot of you hadn't been born yet. This airplane was already flying back and forth, globe-trotting. Yeah, flight radar outdated. Nothing special about this livery. See Tiger, Marissa and Gerrit also in the house. Good morning. Very disappointing landing. Well, at least the livery was very disappointing. Of course, it's always nice to see an airplane that has been flying for 30 years already, a third of a century. Nicolette was 13 in 1994. I was 12, I think, depending on what month it was. K3 over there. And also something coming this way outbound. That would be number 175. Right. German Airways arrived from Nuremberg on the glide slope to center right now. Flying as KLM flight 1840. Again, back to a more moderate zoom, the top end of my optical zoom. Right, so this is KLM flight 1840 arriving from Nuremberg, flown on an Embraer 190 long range from German Airways. 53 minutes so far this flight has taken. The airplane is 17 years old. What you see over there is tunnel entrances. I think that's for the A4 highway towards Amsterdam. Big picture wise, different sorts of clouds, but no precipitation just yet. There is a bit of wind, but on the scale of chimney smoke you can see it doesn't really amount to a lot. See, the bird controller is doing a little check of the fence. Or having a little talk. Yeah, having a little talk. Some people over there. Not pointing towards me. That's where you need to stand, not over there. You're not allowed to park your car over there. I'm gonna call the cops. Well, the cops, as it happens, over there. I'm wondering if the cops who were on the move just now and now have stopped are seeing what I am pointing my camera to and are thinking, do we need to return to give them a fine? Well, we can already see who the old geezers are in the chat. Han, you're old. JD, you're old. Gerrit, you're really old. Or let's rephrase that, had gathered a lot of life experience already. Right, the bird controller is on the move again. Coppers are still standing still, not sure why. In the meantime, an airplane that you seldomly see over here at Schiphol Airport, an EasyJet A320, is moving in, coming to the center runway, arriving from Liverpool. I'm thinking that a runway inspection is going to commence pretty soon because KLM Flight 636 is also on the glide slope to center. And that is arriving from Las Vegas. So that normally indicates that there is something going on in terms of a runway inspection, which I'm not yet seeing because the only bird control vehicle thus far that is in the vicinity is K3, and that is not driving on the tarmac. What's going on over there? The vehicle has arrived from behind. It's the it's the KMAR. It's the guys are dressed in special gear, military police, and they're driving in Land Cruisers. Catching up with their mates. Right, Embraer 175 arriving from BLQ. That was Bologna, if I recall correctly. Which is Bologna. Right. Indeed, General Sec, policing police. KLM Flight 636 arriving from Las Vegas. Vegas. Policemen are having a blast. In fact, is that Rudolph? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's Rudolph. Nice. Right, this is KLM Flight 636, arrived from Las Vegas. 787-10 Dreamliner. 9 hours and 29 minutes underway. The airplane is a year old, celebrates its first birthday this month. First flight was in May 2023. Oh, absolutely, Wolfgang. They also have my number, so if something happens, they can get in touch to see if maybe you've seen something, maybe you've recorded something on tape. They basically consider regulars additional eyes and ears for when something were to happen over here. Perfectly understandable. Our next airplane on the glide slope for Polderbaan has just arrived and is an A300, the second one. Not yet visible, which is why I am pointing the camera now to something that we can see. An EasyJet A320neo arriving from Geneva. Right, 400 times zoom. This is what you get. Now this camera even has the capacity to go twice as far and go up to 800 times digital zoom. You tell me why something like that is equipped on a camera when even 400 times is already overkill. Meanwhile, the A300-600 arriving from London Luton has become visible. Flight 6730, another A300-600. The other one was from February 1994, and this one is a lot younger, 21. It's not the deer, but the deaf. First flight May 2002. Police and the military police are still having a blast over there. Cozy get together. Now, the A300 arriving from London Luton, 41 minutes underway. Then it's par for the course. If you've been enjoying the stream so far, but you haven't already, don't forget to drop a like. Not sure if it really helps. I don't think it does anything, but it's nice. Time to get in your potassium. And also a big thank you to Fritz for your continued support. 6 months of membership already, half a year. How time does fly. Hope you still like it in the lounge. Do let me know if something isn't to your liking. Now, in the meantime, our next airplane to Polderban is arriving from Brussels. The airplane behind it, although not yet visible, is a 777-300ER arriving from Curaçao. And Jendrosik says the likes help promoting your live stream on the user's landing page in YouTube. Well, in that case, something is really wrong with the algorithm. Looked in the statistics, hardly any new viewers last couple of streams. Most are returning, and only a small fraction is new. It's an interesting development. The channel is growing, but for some reason lately it's only been promoting the content to almost exclusively returning visitors. Don't know why, don't know what's going on. Hardly any new viewers find the channel. Don't think that the likes or anything seem to have helped in any way, shape or form. On average, the streams have more likes now than they did before, and for some reason the channel content does not get promoted to new viewers as much. Either that, or I am regressing and my quality is going shit. The thumbnails are getting worse, the streams are getting worse. My English on occasion does get worse. Don't know why that is. Maybe the vodka that I'm sipping to keep warm. Anyway, this is KLM flight 736 arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao, 777-300 ER, PH BVG, 12 years old, first flight May 2012. Let's see. It's 11:16. I was also having a look at the time. So we're still in the current runway configuration until 11:40 approximately. Let's see. Don't see any of the special liveries just yet. Guys are having a nice talk. The military police and the regular police. In the meantime, we have number 190 arriving from Norwich. That is coming to the Polderbaan. We have more narrow bodies that are flying to the runway, to the center runway. This is also... No, this is the EasyJet A319 arriving from Prague. Behind it is another Embraer 190. Now, in the meantime, the sun has started to shine over here. Not sure if you guys can tell. For as long as it lasts. Also, a big thank you to Nicolette, who just now gifted a membership. See that Salesec was the recipient. Don't forget to say thanks if you haven't already. Nicolette, dankjewel. Thank you so much. Another member courtesy of Nicolette. See that Paul is also back in the chat. And Caitlin, good morning. KLM flight 1056 arriving from Norwich. Up next, Embraer 190, 32 minutes underway. 6 years old, first flight February 2018. Let's see. Parallel Embraer 190s arriving. This is KLM flight 1056 arriving from Norwich. Mere 32 minutes underway. 6 years old, first flight February 2018. Also, this not Captain Wheelie. We did see Captain Wheelie's nephew in the beginning of the stream. Sadly, we haven't seen anything surpassed, any pilot surpassing the wheelie that we saw on that one. Now, if this is Captain Wheelie, we're not going to be able to see the landing, sadly. In terms of weather, this is what it currently looks like. A little bit of sunshine, a little bit more dark, looking south. Wind on the scale of chimney smoke looks like this. Seems a bit more windy than it was earlier, but still nothing to write home about. See that Tony is also back in the chat from a very soggy Suffolk across the baby pond. Well, the things that we were suffering from overnight, the precipitation is now coming your way. Enjoy. Ciao Michele. Good to see you again. Interflugspader also in the chat. Good morning. Max or Max. Good morning. So the police and the military police are still chilling. The BMW versus the Toyota. More Embraers. Good day, Mike, Aldo, Damon. Damon says sunny in South Wales. Are you talking about South Wales or New South Wales? If it is in Wales, part of the UK, I'm happy for you. Still sun over there. Savor the moment. We've had rain overnight and I think it is drifting towards you guys. Now in the meantime, KLM flight 696 arriving from Toronto, Canada, about to land. There it is, touchdown. KLM 737 landing on center, arriving from Stockholm, KLM flight 1216. Duncan says it's a lovely morning in Aberdeen. Happy for you guys. A lot of European countries have had a lot of rain for many months already. Now this might look threatening, but we are going to stay dry for the time being, right in the center of a big curl of low pressure. Let's see, Austrian is arriving on the center runway from Vienna, and we have an Embraer 175 arrival from Luxembourg that is coming to the Polderbaan. Also a big thank you to Anja for your super chat. And Anja writes, here's to you boy for always giving us the best stream. Well, thank you so much for your kind words, Maria. Anja. We have Anja, Maria, Marianne. Sometimes I mix names up. Apologies for that. Do the best I can, Anja. Happy that you like what you've been seeing so far. Hope everybody does. Our next airplane, well, not coming to the Polderbaan, but going to the center runway is Austrian. is an A320 arriving from Vienna. Meanwhile, an Embraer 175 arriving from Luxembourg is coming to Polderbaan. So I'm going to abort the landing of Austrian, since we cannot see the touchdown, and we can of this one. Alright, tippy-toey. No Captain Wheelie. Not enough pitch from the start. Simon is reporting back from a very wet Norwich. Yeah, that's the rain that we've had overnight. It's now passed over the North Sea and is now bugging you guys. Sorry about that. Wish we could have contained it, but yeah, it's now drifting into the UK. You're welcome, Anja, Marja, Marjan. Happy to oblige. Well, I've been called Boyd and Roy and whatever. Susie, of course. Got another E2 Embraer coming in from Dublin. Michael also back in the chat. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Up early as usual. E2 Embraer arriving from Dublin. And an Embraer 190 arrival from Billland. Oh yeah, Bart, of course. Joe. People keep confusing me and other streamers on a regular basis, which I always find remarkable because the difference is quite significant between me and Bart, me and Joe and all the others. Would be really hard pressed to find a lot of resemblances, except the locations. Right, E2. Let's see what you can do. Boo, not much. Not even a first officer wave to make up for the disappointing landing. Good boy, bad boy, slim boy, fat boy, slim. Don't forget that one. More people are gathering. Are they serving beer over there or what? Might have to check that out later then. Why couldn't they keep their hold their party a bit closer by? This is an Embraer 190. Having dropped off bills in Billland, which is in Denmark. Bill place reserved for people called Bill. It's a bit what Rwanda is for refugees to the UK, but closer by. We send our unwanted bills to Billland, where they can live happily ever after. Ah, they're on the move again. Well, if I have to choose between the two, I think I'd prefer the Land Cruiser. Always in for a chat. Traffic jam forming on the cycling path. And another E2 coming in from Manchester. Hey Roelof. Morgen. Gezellig aan het beppen met de collega's? Precies, werkoverleg. Nice. It was Officer Roelof, as I thought. Work meeting, quote unquote. Right, that was an E2 arriving from Manchester. Next up is a 737, is going to be a 737-800 arriving from Edinburgh. What is up, bruh? Now, let's see, KLM Flight 1944, that's a regular German Airways. Stuff coming in from Birmingham. Crow crew also on the move. Russell and Cheryl. Russell chilling here. Cheryl still on the move. Let's quickly go back to manual focus. Right, so it is 11:31 now, and that means that in about 10 minutes or so from now the center runway is going to close and all inbound traffic will be going to Polderbound once more. So far we haven't missed any special liveries to my knowledge that have landed on the center runway. Choc-y and Adler, I haven't seen them yet. Orange Pride is coming, KLM 100 Years is coming. We Love Prague should also be coming. Oh, no, that's just the APU I was hearing. Thought I heard a helicopter behind me, but I think that's just the... Oh shit, did the Prague Loves You already land on center? Okay. Missed that one. Ciao Luca. Benvenuto. Benvenuto. PCP, no BCB. Good morning, Mert. SLDKJH. Good morning. Now, would you believe it? It's a bit of blue. Just south of me, north of me. This is what it looks like looking to the east. Beautiful, cloudy vistas. Nice and floaty. Alrighty, seems that traffic is already, for the time being, going to the Polderbaan, but that's because it's arriving from the west. Next up, Embraer 190 arriving from Newcastle. KLM flight 954, 59 minutes on the way. PH-YHW, 14 years old, first flight January 2010. Alrighty. I think we just saw Captain Wheelie. Nose gear touching down well past the tower. I think that was it. Captain Wheelie. Right, 11:36 is when Captain Wheelie touched down. You can expect another separate video from this landing. To go into the collection of Captain Wheelie wheelies, might even have to make a sub-genre. We also have some other wheelies. The vast majority is Captain Wheelie. Thanks for the update, Marissa. Peter Pan livery confirmed for Polderbaan, just entered Dutch airspace, so great. This is an EasyJet A319 arriving from Bristol. Flight 25530, 56 minutes underway. The OE-LVG, 18 years old, first flight March 2006. Hard to say for sure, Tiger, but it definitely had all the characteristics. Although the nose gear initially was a bit lower than I thought would be normal for Captain Wheelie, but I still think it was him. Don't know for sure, but let's say there's a high likelihood that this is the same Captain Wheelie as the one who did all the other long wheelies we've seen in Embraer 190 so far. Hey, that's a good idea, Wolfgang. Maybe speed it up. Right, Peter K is also chiming in. The 100-year special livery is expected in 23 minutes. In the meantime, KLM flight 1406 arriving from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. Nothing out of the ordinary, one of the many flights. Yeah, so big picture wise, this is what it looks like. Wind seems to have changed a little bit in direction. Let's have a quick look at the weather, shall we? So yeah, rain is drifting into the UK. And the wind more or less eastish just a little south of east, now 6 knots, still 204, ceiling at 3,400 feet, multiple layers of clouds, as you guys could already see. The air temperature is 18 degrees Celsius, that is approximately 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Transavia arriving from Malaga. And the next airplane, ladies and gentlemen, members, well, you know what time it is. Dust off that emoji. It is playtime, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, let me update the meter in the ticker, so that you have access to the latest weather. Right. And Choc-y will be coming after that. That's good news. Choc-y just about visible. This is play flight 460 A320 Neo arriving from Reykjavik. 2 hours and 48 minutes on the way so far. Seven-year-old airplane, first flight April 2017. Playtime butt shot, combo shot, here we go. Might even get lucky and get a double butt shot by Choc-y next. No. Seeing this guy every now and then. He seems to be filming a few departures or arrivals every now and then he is off again. Don't know what he does. Did see him in a sort of KLM type vest earlier. Not sure if that's what he does or whatever. Interesting. As a camera guy, I'm always interested in seeing what people are doing when it comes to photography and film along the runway. Here we have Choc-y, the DAPRI returning from Aberdeen, KLM flight 912. It's braking. It's a chocolate butt shot in the making. Braking so that a butt shot is in the making. Boom, chocolate butt shot. Who says chocolate makes your bum go big? The airplane proves the opposite. Let's quickly turn back. Delta Airlines Flight 162 arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota up next. A330-300, 7 hours and 54 minutes on the way. The airplane is 16 years old and its first flight was in July 2007. Huh, interesting. Really almost sounds like thunder over there. What the F? Is that a shower forming over the North Sea west of me? What's that? Say what? Alan has to go. See you later, Alan. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. And thanks for joining. Now, both Orange Pride and KLM 100 years confirmed for Polderbaan. Thank you for the information, Marissa. That's good news. For the time being it is still dry, but it does look a little bit more imposing northwest of me. But this has already passed. I think this is approximately where I need to look to see the weather that is coming my way. Nice summery Dutch weather. It's only going to get better in a little than a month from now. The days are going to get shorter again. We're going back to the winter already. Can't wait. We've had such a great long summer so far. Rain cloud passing closely in the south, NJ says, so yeah. Alrighty, well, Airbus A320neo up next, arriving from Nice, which is nice. So this airplane is full of nice people returning to the Netherlands. We deport the bills to Billand and we import the nice people from Nice. Johanna is saying that in Haarlem it is hozen, really downpouring. So that was indeed what it looked like from over here. Yeah, so the clouds over there contain a little bit of precipitation, and what is going on over there over the city of Haarlem is also precipitation. So it's another bullet dodger day. Call me Boris for the occasion. Right. Sadly, a Chinese triple to Guangzhou has taken off from 18 left and is not coming this way. Already flying to the east. Next airplane to arrive on Polderbaan should be KLM Flight 984, arrival from London City in Embraer 190. And let's see, the Peter Pan Transavia is on its way. Flying to the north towards Purmerend on the downwind leg. looking in the distance to see if I can spot the airplane already, which I'm not. Let's see if the camera picks it up somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Accidentally found it. Great. Now there's also a KLM Airbus A330 approaching from the northwest, arriving from Bonaire. Checking to see if we can see it already. Yesterday we weren't very lucky with seeing airplanes approach from over there. Not sure that today is going to be any different, but at least we can try. A330-200 arriving from Bonaire. Not seeing a lot. Let's have a look at the shower over Haarlem then. Now you might also pick up the sound of horse and carriage. They're approaching from behind me. Alrighty. Now have the A330 over there. Will become the number 2, and the number 3 is going to be a 777-300 arriving from Vancouver, and that is the Orange Pride, now number 3 on the glide slope. If the Transavia from Catalonia is going to be the number 4, we're going to have 2 consecutive special liveries. Would be nice. Right. Making its way over here is KLM Flight 767, an A330-200 arriving from Bonaire, 8 hours 52 minutes underway. The PH-YHW flying at its 10 o'clock is the Orange Pride, which we've been seeing almost in each stream now the last week. Right, and the KLM arriving from Panama City that is now approaching Haarlem is the KLM 100 years. So there's a couple of narrow bodies between the Orange Pride and the KLM 100 years. Immediately after the Orange Pride will be the Transavia special livery from, or the Peter Pan special livery from Transavia, I should say. After that, 2 Embraer 190s, it looks like. After that, we're going to see the KLM 100 years Dreamliner. Now, first up, KLM Flight 767, arriving from Bonaire, A330-200, 8 hours 54 minutes, underway, 18 years old, first flight, April 2006. low-key wheelie. Low-key wheelie. Now, do you guys want a zoomed out shot or a zoomed in shot? Usually zoom out so that you can see the entire length of the airplane once it passes by. You can also opt to stay zoomed in a bit more. Watch the nose gear touchdown or zoom into the wings, the engines, something like that. Orange Pride now, number 8 on flight radar, 216 people following it. Rookie numbers, we have more viewers and we can do better. Maria says zoomed out, Evelyn says maybe in between. Well, in between is usually not a success. It's either zoomed out or zoomed in, that works best in my experience. Ari says zoom out. Right. The zoom outs have it. Alright, we got it to number 3 with 328 people, so it's not very busy on flight radar. I say let's push the Vakantieclub special livery that is next also into the top 3. Let's see if AMS Live can take over flight radar just for the sake of it. Next up is the Peter Pan Vakantieclub special livery from Transavia, arriving from Greece, Kefalonia. 2 hours and 41 minutes underway. The PH-YHW, which is 11 years old and had its first flight in March 2013. Okay, nobody is interested in the Peter Pan Vakantieclub apparently. No top 10 placings yet. Bummer. Here I thought we were possibly going to take over flight radar, but apparently no interest. Now, yeah, things are getting a bit more dark over there. This is more or less what is also coming this way, so will be interesting to see if we're going to stay dry over here or not. Now to Embraer 3 Embraer 190s before going back to the KLM 100 year special livery. After that we have the World to Fly Corendon A350. Let's see. I think I already feel a few slight droplets over here. Oh shit! Did I forget a super chat? Yeah, that's what you get, Alvin. Super chatting. I told you, don't do it. Where was it then? Was it before the? Yeah, it was before, before all the orange pride emojis. No wonder I missed it. The chat went really quickly, I think. Thanks for your super sticker, mate. Shiba dog happily massaging his cheeks with his mouth wide open. Okay, is that something we want to see? Really, you shouldn't have, mate. Cheers though. Right, couple of Embraer 190s. And this is number 2, I think. The Pretty Hopper. Arriving from Teesside, Darlington. Yeah, Pretty Hopper. Thanks for letting me know, by the way, Paul. Nicholas also in the chat. Me, Donna and the boys are heading to the seaside. Well, be careful, mate. We just sent a big area of rain to the UK, so make sure you have a stored umbrella with you when you do go. Right now, one of the showers is leaving Haarlem. We'll be moving west to east to west on its way to Great Britain to provide some much needed precipitation. We all know how arid the land is over there. Hasn't rained there in years and things are going to shit. Next up is number 190. Something you don't see every day over here. KLM, arriving from Bristol. Right, next special is approaching. KLM flight 758. It is the 100 years livery 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from Panama City. 9 hours and 30 minutes on the way. It's the PH-YHW 787-10, 4 years old, first flight June 2019. Can we get it in the top 3 on flight radar? If only 300 people are required, should be a cinch. Nice, nice. Also a little bit of reversers being applied there. Indeed a late touchdown. I loved it for one. It was great to see. Next up, Corendon / World to Fly. The daily, or nearly daily, is it daily? It's the A350 that is dedicated dedicatedly flying between Willemstad, Curaçao and Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, that's for sure. Helicopter Castrol. Getting out of the way. 8 hours 53 minutes this airplane has flown thus far. Now touching down. Alrighty, cool. Now before the next heavy arrives, we'll be treated to a little light snack, a little appetizer if you will, to cleanse the palate. Transavia 737 arriving from Olbia. And after that another Delta A330 is expected, which we can already see in the background. Let's see, EasyJet A320neo arriving from Edinburgh, that is number 3. Can we see it? Also, having a look on my computer, but it doesn't look like we can see it. I am having a little look on Flight Radar right now, just to see what is going on. Just a little bit of shower formation. Well, let me just see. Just a little bit of showers that is forming. It does look like it is a little bit south of me. However, remains to be seen if it is going to stay dry. Let's have another look. So this is what the weather radar is seeing. It does look like it is coming this way, although when it does come this way it will be moving ever so slowly. I'm thinking maybe we are going to be lucky and the majority of it is going to fall south of me. This is Delta Airlines Flight 136 arriving from Detroit, Michigan. Airbus A330-300, 7 hours and 27 minutes underway, 17 years old. First flight January 2007, a lot of 7s. Let's look and listen. Nice. Nice and noise. Now let's see. Looks like it's back to the narrow bodies for the time being. And is that even a bit of precipitation? Looks a bit misty over there. That's usually an indication of rain falling. Now if that were true, means we're dodging bullets here. are the clouds doing? Are they coming towards me? I do get the impression that the wind is blowing more from this direction. So really thinking this is going to pass south of me on that side. Anyway, EasyJet A320neo arriving from Edinburgh up next. Lighting does seem nice now. Little butt shot in the making. Now, a big thank you to JD for gifting 5 more memberships. I think that was because of 400 likes. Thank you all so much, and JD particularly, thank you so much for 5 new members. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. And also a big thank you to Peter for your super chat. Beautiful A350. Indeed, it was a beautiful A350. And thank you so much for that super chat there, Peter. In the meantime, Transavia just now landed and is forgoing the first exit. Also a massive big thank you to Andy, who just now gifted 5 more members a membership. Thank you, Andy, for your generosity and kindness. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those new members. Don't forget to say thank you if you are one of the recipients of the gifted memberships. Be sure to use those custom emojis that are now at your disposal. Yeah, rain is in the vicinity, although so far we've been dodging bullets successfully. Helicopter Castrol right off the airplane. And another A320 EasyJet arriving from London Luton. Flight 22515. 46 minutes on the way. It's the Jesta. What a nice Jesta. GEZTA. 15 years old, first flight February 2009. Oh yeah, it was the delivery flight of the newest rental A321neo. So Transavia taking delivery of A321s, the ones whose registration's last letter starts with the end of the alphabet are leased. Those starting with the beginning of the alphabet, so last letter starting with A, B, C, etc. That's their own airplanes. So this is another rental then that is expected. Now, speaking about Neos, here's another one. Maybe Han needs to grab a cup of coffee, take a bathroom break. This one is arriving from Barcelona, Vueling flight 8309. Is it still there? Is it still there? It is. It is. Thank goodness. See that Jane Cafe Spotter also back in the chat. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Right, time for another special livery. It is time for the Adler, German Airways, flying for KLM. Funny, first time we saw this airplane, JD was also with me and he already said, hey, isn't that a fashion store? And it turns out it is, particularly, specifically that brand of stores. Peter saw a car with a German license that said gelul. Bullshit. Nice one. Right, this is the Adler German Airways special livery flying for KLM. If you're still following, arriving from Leeds. Here we go. Yeah, I'm starting to feel some droplets over here. Let's have another look at the weather radar. Hard to see if they're growing in activity. They don't seem to be very substantial. The downside is they're not moving. They're hardly moving. So once it does start to rain, I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. You can definitely see that there is a bit more haziness. If you look over there. Right. Now, next up is KLM flight 604 arriving from LAX. It's a 787-9 Dreamliner, 9 hours and 51 minutes on the way. The PH-BHG. 7 years old, first flight June 2016. Definitely looks like it is raining over there. Yeah. Well, will be interesting to see if we're going to stay dry here or not. I did bring umbrellas along with me for a emergency evacuation if push came to shove. Who knows, we might dodge the bullet and it moves past me, south of me. Anyway, Embraer 190 up next, German Airways arriving from Berlin, Transavia arriving from Corfu behind it. KLM flight 1774 is the flight number this German Airways Embraer is flying. 59 minutes underway, 16 years old, first flight January 2008, so that is as old as Choc-y and the Orange Pride, incidentally. At the 1 or 2 o'clock you can also still see the helicopter kestrel. Now at it's 12 o'clock. Still hunting for mice. Now, don't know what it looks like for you guys at home. Over here on my camera screen the lighting looks rather nice. Better than when the sun is out and you have backlight. This time of day still. It's very even. Already up next, arriving from Corfu, Transavia flight 5312, 2 hours and 32 minutes on the way, the PH-YHW, 7 years old, first flight March 2017. After that, KLM flight 744, a 777-300 arriving from Lima. Not sure how long the stream is going to be continued. It does look like more rain is falling south of me. If you look how nebulous things look in the distance. That is precipitation. Only slight droplets over here right now. I think we're right on the edge of it. If you look in the water. It's the sort of droplets that if you are wearing glasses, you get droplets on your glasses, but you won't get substantially wet, even if exposed to it for a longer period of time. But that's not to say that it won't get worse. Definitely some high humidity. You can see the cables emanating from the flap tips. KLM flight 744, arriving from Lima in Peru. BVO, a Dutch abbreviation for biertje voor onderweg, a beer for on the road. Already some small droplets on the lens. Hey, Quacker's doing a flyby. Circling around me. Off they go. Alright, let's see. Bunch of narrow bodies coming. If I recall correctly, the A380 was expected 1:15, right? Not sure if I'm able to make it until then. So far, still minor droplets that only hinder camera lenses and the glasses of people who wear them. This is perfectly doable until the end of the stream. Or I should say until the Emirates A380 has landed, if it's going to stay like this. However, I am not convinced that it is going to stay the same. I think this is coming closer by and also looks a bit more dark over there. So I'm wondering which way is it moving. Now it looks lighter south of me. So I'm thinking, is this moving in this direction? Looks a bit in line with what you see over there. Also looks like precipitation over there. That's south of Haarlem. Martijn says right on the border of the precipitation. South is wetter than the north. Yeah, well, interestingly, it looks like more darkness is now going to pass north of me. Not exactly sure. Let's have another look. Buienradar is only so-so. Let's have a look at KNMI, which is the Dutch Met Office. You can see that the showers are activating. We're standing approximately over here. You can definitely see it is activating, so it's only going to get worse. Let's do Vijfhuizen, which is more... Doesn't seem to work. Right. Well, let's see. Thank you, Pete, for your super chat. Very kind of you. I have plenty of umbrellas. That's not the issue. I'm not able to operate the camera single-handedly. Don't want to get the gear wet. It looks like it's still okay over here. Already up next, Shamrock, flight 604, arriving from Dublin, Ireland. A320. Behind it is an Embraer 190 arriving from Stuttgart, and behind it is the arrival flight of the Transavia A321neo. I have to say, I like the lighting right now. For some reason, the airplane really pops off my screen. Hope that also goes for you guys. Cloudiness seems to create very even lighting. Alright, let's see up next. KLM flight 1830 arriving from Stuttgart. Embraer 190, 59 minutes underway, the PH-YHW, 14 years old, first flight March 2010. Wolfgang says you can sell the pics to Transavia, first landing on Dutch ground. Yeah, not sure if they want to pay for that. They're already paying for the airplane. Expensive enough as it is already. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap up after the Transavia. This is now what you can see of the Schiphol Tower, so this is precipitation coming my way. It's not a few droplets, sadly, a bit more substantial than that. Right, it's the delivery flight of Transavia's A321 Neo with the registration PH-YHW. Arriving from Hamburg, 40 minutes underway. Brand spanking new. I'm expecting cables with a relative high humidity, although, no, it's probably, because it's so light, it's probably going to be a low flap setting, which is probably going to mean less likelihood of seeing flap tip vortices. Yeah, the drizzle is intensifying. So this is the last airplane for us today. But what a looker. Much better landing than with that other delivery flight that we also happened to catch. I think that was of the second, yeah, that was the second Transavia rental. Against a Dutch summery backdrop of clouds, rain, low visibility. Yeah, welcome to the Netherlands, folks. This is summer. And in 3 weeks from now, the days are going to get shorter again, the nights will lengthen again, and weather is only going to improve even further. Oh, okay, well, there is another 777, now number 2. While I'm out here, might as well pick that one as the last airplane. Go out with a bang. Vueling. Right, very last airplane of today's show is this one. It is KLM flight 622 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. It is a Boeing 777-300ER. The airplane is 7 hours and 49 minutes underway. It's the PH-YHW, VDub, 3 years old, first flight January 2021. As you guys can see, it is now intensifying the rain. This is going to be the very last airplane of the day, and then it is back home again. But look at the trail it is leaving through the precipitation. Beautiful. Gorgeous how the airplane interacts with the rain. Right. Shit is really starting to intensify now, so I am going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much for joining me here. I had a blast. I hope you guys did too. If you like what you saw and you haven't already, don't forget to drop another like. Be sure to subscribe if you want to stay informed of upcoming live streams. Hope to see you again when the weather is decent again. Thank you for all the support, the super chats, the super stickers and whatnot. Moderators, thank you so much for keeping the chat friendly and accessible. I'm going to wrap up now quickly. Hope to see you in the next one. Be safe. Until soon. Bye for now.